It's from Gary. And he says, I'm looking to buy soil and wondering how much I will need. How do you calculate that?
Something. Your 50-50 is normally 70-30 is normally a great garden blend. You can put that in. Maybe you want to jazz it up a bit with some volcanic mineral or worm castings, depending on what it has and what it's missing. Your aged compost is a pure amendment.
Aged compost? Okay. It sounds like wine.
It's absolutely, when you do your spring raking, get rocks off your lawn, but in your bed.
Whatever.
Extra drainage.
Well, your life as a landscaper, I have mad respect for you because my body is in so much pain.
Yeah.
The Helpful Gardeners, the podcast that digs into the buzziest plant trends and news you need to know, regardless of your growing zone. Colin is a skilled horticulturist with decades of growing experience across Canada. Brandi is the greenest of green thumbs with a love of asking questions. Welcome to our garden nook.
Hey, so we're rather busy right now.
Just a little bit.
For want of a better word.
Like on Google, it'll say a little bit busier than normal.
Yeah. My whole life just shows that red traffic lane.
My whole life just says unavailable.
Yeah, basically. I had no clue what day it was. I didn't know if it was Friday or Wednesday, to be But why does everything choose to break right now?
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, both my necklaces have snapped in a week.
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you weren't wearing your necklaces.
Yeah, my laptop died and my USB stick that I take to put all my PowerPoint presentations on keeps going, scan me. I scan it and it goes, I'm good. And then the other night I downloaded a presentation that didn't take. Really? I mean, things are meant to come in 3. That's 4.
Yeah. And this is also kind of like big deal things. It's not like, at least like nothing happened with your car.
I mean, thanks for bringing that. At least you didn't break your leg falling down the stairs. At this time of year, I'll get frustrated if a shoelace snaps. I don't need this. And somebody reached out and they were like, when you come and I'm doing a presentation on Friday. And they're like, when you come to do your presentation, bring your laptop and do this. And I was like, ooh, awkward. Can I borrow a laptop? I don't have time to go get groceries. I don't have time to sit down and be like, I need a laptop.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now is not the time.
Nope.
No,
It's just, if things are breaking, they're just pushed onto the side and they'll get fixed come mid-June, July.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully nothing's been breaking on my end other than my back. So, by that, I totally am joking because I know breaking your back is a serious thing. So we've been, so you know how I'm doing my whole backyard thing right now? So we finally moved all of the rock out and I tried to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I put it up for $25, right? I thought it was 3 yards of road crush in the back of my yard. Turns out it was way more than that. And it ended up selling half of it for $50. People just kept coming and filling up buckets. And then finally we were like, nobody else is coming and we need this gone. We filled up Brad's truck. He said it was like 4,000 pounds. And we went to go to the recycling depot and his truck was almost like he said, I probably doubled the allotted weight.
Yeah. He
Did
was
not
probably
realize your life as a landscaper. I have mad respect for you because my body is in so much pain.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, now we have to get soil. So now we have to do it all over again, but the other way.
It's way easier that way.
But then I was like, there is no way we're picking it up. We're getting it delivered. I'm not about to go and make multiple trips and doing no.
Nope.
So
smart.
I love how a job always seems like it's not a lot of work and then you're in it and then you just realize, what did I get myself into? Well, it is Wednesday and I want to chat about some questions that we actually got about soil.
Oh, okay.
That you might have a say in. So the first one is from Gary, and he says, I'm looking to buy soil and wondering how much I will need. How do you calculate that? I don't want to get too much and be left with extra soil, but I also don't want to have too little and have to pay for delivery again.
Yeah. No,
this might help me, actually.
That's totally valid. So we put one on the Golden Acre website, actually, for a reason, is a volume calculator.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's right.
If Gary, and the way he's wording that, it sounds like he's doing something like you or a raised bed or raised beds.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he has no soil in them, right? He's not looking for how much amendment do I need.
Although valid, too.
Yeah, that absolutely. I don't know other volume calculators. I did ours specifically for gardening. I'm sure there's volume for cooking and mechanics and what have you. But if you put in the measurements and go, it's 10 feet by 8 feet by 8 inches, it will calculate it. So it'll say 1.2 cubic yards. Now that puts you in that thing where you go, well, if I get one of those big yellow bags delivered, that's 1 cubic yard, but I need 1.2. Well, then you just work backwards and go, what is 0.2 in liters? And then you buy some loose bags and top up with that.
Oh, that's so smart. So in that case, then you wouldn't want to like overshoot and just get so round up to the nearest yard.
Yeah, because if it was 1.9, absolutely, I'd go with 2.
Really?
Right? Because the extra bit that's left, maybe your measurements were a little off. Maybe push comes to shove, you've got, 0.1 cubic yard left. Throw it on your grass and do a top dress.
Yeah.
Put it through your bed and add
point.
some fresh soil.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? There's always put it on Marketplace for $50.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
Brad was like, this is the never-ending money pit, but like it actually gives you money.
Yeah, exactly. It's a reverse money pit.
Yeah, the reverse money pit.
Yep.
Do you have to work it in though? Or can you just literally put it on top?
You can put it on top. I always work it in.
Okay.
But hey, maybe Gary's doing no dig.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, what if Gary's doing no dig?
Yeah.
Because that sounds like that would be easy.
Then just top dress. And if you're doing your lawn, it's early spring, throw down some seed, top dress your lawn. You got some soil, throw it on. Bob's your uncle.
I've got an area that has so many weeds. If I just put like a layer of soil on top, would it kill the weeds?
Absolutely not.
Oh. So weed first and then put it down? Gotcha.
Weed,
okay.
If you want to do your lawn properly, we'll jump onto lawns real quick. Pull the weeds first.
Okay.
So many times I've talked to people and they go, I'll get to the weeds. I just have to fertilize. I'm like, okay, so you're going to fertilize your weeds? You realize those weeds are doing amazing without fertilizer. Like those weeds will grow in concrete.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, no, I'm going to give them some NPK. I'm really going to get, I want a challenge. Weed, seed, top dress, fertilizer.
Gotcha. Okay. Good tip. Okay. Thanks, Gary, for that question. We also have another question about buying soil. I would assume this is also bulk related.
Okay.
So this one's from Trish, and she says, what's the difference between loam, a 70-30 garden mix, a 50-50 mix, and aged compost? That's a thing?
Yeah.
And here's another one. What's the benefit and how do I know what I need? Aged compost. That sounds like wine.
Yeah. So we're going to start at the beginning.
Okay.
Loam. Loam is often just a very inert soil.
Yeah.
There's no real benefit in it. It's very heavy. It's the cheapest one you're going to find. Recommended if you are regrading an area. So your yard has got a sink spot, a big sink spot. Maybe you removed a tree or a patio or something. You want to bring that level up. That's where you're looking at putting something like a loam. 70-30, 50-50, they're just different ratios of the same thing.
Okay.
Normally it's a loam mixed with additives. So it's a loam mixed with an aged compost, mixed with manure, mixed with some peat moss, mixed with all three of those in whatever ratios.
Yeah.
Again, every company has their own thing. 50-50. So that normally 70-30 is 70 loam, 30 amendments.
Okay.
50-50 would be 50-50.
Okay.
Look to see what the amendments are. Again, there's so many of those companies out there. We deal with our friends Eagle Lake. Local company, they're wonderful. We do their big yellow bag, so I know what's in that stuff because I order it. But
do you need to know what's in it, or can you just say, "Hey, it says garden soil, I'll buy it"?
Most of them are named correctly. So, for example, Eagle Lake, they've got screened loam, they've got veggie blend, they've got their number one seller, gold black, and they've all got different stuff in them. So they may have volcanic minerals and basically the blends that we would make ourselves, the amendments we would put in, they've just pre-blended it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And these companies, all of them, they're fine.
I saw on a website once, it said double screened loam. What does that mean?
Just means that it's really, really small particles. So they've gotten out any of the heavy clay and small rocks and stuff like that. So they screen it. And when they've screened it, they've dropped it onto another screen and they've ran it through that. So really, you're just getting rid of any of the debris. It's clean screened loam.
Is there a benefit to having the debris gone?
Yeah, if you're packing it down, it makes it easier to pack.
Got it.
If you've got wood or larger aggregates, it can be tougher to deal with. But again, it depends on the purpose of what you're doing it because price will obviously pay into it. And then aged compost, aged manure, you'll see that.
Yeah, what is that all about?
It just means that it is 100% broken down. Like it is now. Okay, so you come here and you buy, say, a bag of topsoil. Okay, that's, topsoil's good stuff, but it's more akin to your loam. You buy a bag of, say, container complete from sea soil.
Right.
That's more akin to your 50-50. Then you buy a bag of pure sea soil. That's your aged compost.
Oh.
So different names for the same thing.
Okay.
Yep. So loam is your generic, not really many nutrients in it, but a solid base if you need something. Your 50-50 is normally 70-30 is normally a great garden blend. You can put that in. Maybe you want to jazz it up a bit with some volcanic mineral or worm castings, depending on what it has and what it's missing. Your aged compost is a pure amendment. You add that into your garden beds.
But essentially, if you get one of these garden mixes, you will still want to fertilize throughout the garden season, right? Like that's not saying that you just like get to skip fertilizing.
No,
right?
The best thing you can have is a good soil base.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the move. You pick that over fertilize it, but you shouldn't pick. You should have both.
Yeah,
both is the win.
Yeah. For the maximum success rate.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, next one is a question by Carol, who says, my friend told me that I need to remove all the rocks from my garden bed or else they'll just rise to the top and I'll need to pick them out later. You know, I've always heard about, obviously you want to remove rocks from your lawn because then they don't go through the lawnmower, but I've never heard about it being an issue in your garden bed. I know we just kind of briefly touched on packing down and whatnot, but what do you think about this?
Rocks are part of the soil layer.
Yeah.
Rocks are 100% part of it. There's an area in Montreal, a municipality on the island of Montreal called Pierrefonds.
Yeah.
Okay. And Pierrefonds, the translation is essentially rocks underneath. And it's on the north end of the island, right on the river. And the river used to cover that whole area and then geographical changes. Anyway, as the water subsided to where it now runs, obviously it left behind sediment and river rock.
Right.
We did a job literally on the water. The guy's irrigation system ran out of the river and we had a rototiller and I tilled an area, back raked it, took all the rocks out. Tilled it again, the exact same amount of rocks came up. Tilled it again, the exact same amount of rocks. So yes, you do want to remove some of the bigger rocks. You do want to remove things that are going to get in your way and whatnot. Small rocks, they're part of the aggregate. They can be a bit annoying when you plant. You're not going to get rid of them all. I remember once, years ago, I was doing a job. Oh, it was miserable. It was so hot. It was so humid. So I took my hat off. My glasses were covered in dust and sweat. So I took my glasses off, I put them in my hat, and I just tossed them onto the lawn. I'm working, and the tiller bounces, and I'm like, ah. And I reached down, huge rock.
Oof.
So I pull it out, and I threw it, and then I turned my head just in time to see it land on my hat and hear a crunch. I completely ruined my glass.
No.
So be warned, if you're taking rocks out the bed, careful where you throw them. But small rocks, like call them 1-2 inches, they're going to be scattered through your soil. They're part of the aggregate.
Yeah. Okay.
They're absolutely part of the aggregate. They're part of it. If all of your bed is pure gravel, like when you and Brad removed your fire pit.
Yes.
And we said, get rid of that sand because it'll clump up. Yes, absolutely. Remove as many as you can, but do not break your back. Do not stress about it. The roots will go around them. They'll form. Some roots, if you've got a rock, like say the size of my fist, and the roots hit it, the roots will actually use it as an anchor point. So they'll wrap around that and they'll hold it. I've dug plants out before, and the plant is like got 30, 40 pieces of gravel in its roots because the roots have anchored onto it. The roots are looking for something strong and structural.
Yeah.
So you're providing them that.
That could actually help.
Yeah. So a few rocks in your bed, it absolutely not worth stressing about. It's part of it, and it's not a bad thing inherently.
Well, Carol, that sounds like pretty good news. And also, I think on that same note, though, is like always remove rocks from the lawn because that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And you're going to end up breaking more things.
But don't remove tennis balls.
Oh, right. Especially when you have a dog, hey? You love doing that with Jimmy.
So I don't hit his frisbees or stuff like that. But if there's a ball and I've got the lawnmower, I'm like, oh, you're mine. And I love hitting. Bing, bong, boom,
have you ever broken anything with the tennis ball, though?
No, not with the tennis ball.
Not like a window or anything?
No. So you know those tempered glass sliding doors that are nigh on impossible to break? We were trimming weeds off of the patio, hit a stone smaller than a dime.
Oh my gosh.
And it hit the window in this sweet spot. And and we're just like, oh God. Absolutely. When you do your spring raking, get rocks off your lawn, but in your bed.
Whatever.
Extra drainage.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much to Carol, Trish, and Gary for your questions this week. If you have a question about anything gardening related, or even if it's not gardening related and you just like have a fun question you want to ask Colin, then
who's going to win the World Cup? Legit questions.
Oh yeah, exactly. What else has Colin broken this week? We would love to know. Put a comment down below, or you can go onto our website, goldenacre.ca/podcast, and you can leave us a voice note, and we can actually put your beautiful voice onto our podcast and help other gardeners because they may have had the same question. Just please, Colin, whatever you do, just don't do anything else this week because your luck is not on your side. We don't need anything else breaking. Okay.
No, I'm wrapping myself in cotton wool and I'm not leaving my office.
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Acre Home and Garden. Find seasonal inspiration for your home and garden in Calgary, Alberta year-round. Visit goldenacre.ca. The comments and opinions expressed by the Helpful Gardeners on this show are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Golden Acre Home and Garden. For more information on everything we covered today and to leave us a voice note, visit goldenacre.ca/podcast. The Helpful Gardeners are on Instagram at The Helpful Gardeners Pod. Keep on growing, gardeners!